first sidecar encounter of 2025 away from the line. Last year's double winners, Ryan and Callum Crowe, just looked so strong this week. And then, of course, it's Ben Birchall and his new passenger, Patrick Rosney, followed by Lee Crawford and Scott Hardie on the number 4 machine. You're on board with Birchall and Rosney as we blast down Bray Hill for the first time in the chairs, as they're known, Cam.
Look at that onboard angle, just shows how little ground clearance they got, let alone the suspension travel. It is minute compared to a two-wheel motorcycle.
Ryan and Callum Crowe, Cameron, we've been watching all week their speed. It's brilliant to see Birchall getting on so well with Rosney. It's another new relationship and they've been working on the speed together. You have to build up as a partnership, but these two, them and the machine, just look incredible.
They're taking it to the next level. Only a few years ago we couldn't even comprehend a 120-mile-an-hour lap. This pairing have already done that in qualifying.
Yeah, unbelievable. Absolutely stunning, it really is. So the Crows leading at Glen Helen.
And of course, Patrick Rosney, new to the pairing with Ben Birchall. It'll take them time to build that relationship.
Crawford and Hardie through Glen Helen. They slot into P3. This is Todd Ellis and Emmanuel Clement.
Yeah, really exciting partnership last year. Almost ended up on the podium as newcomers. Well, they crashed out of the second Sidecar TT. Kieran Clark, Andrew Johnson, another exciting pair of newcomers. Being quickly caught by the more experienced Ellis and Clement.
And then on the number 12, that's George Holden and Mark Wilkes. They are currently sitting in P6. Back, though, to Birchall and Rosney. Bottom of Bagarrow in these machines is impressive, to say the least.
On board, Crawford, Hardie. Oh, just to have a look at the physical effort that passenger has to make on the grab handles, foot positions, bracing themselves, every change of direction, every impact on the course. Can't imagine how rough that would be, going through the bottom of a Bagarrow with about 50 mil of travel in the suspension.
Just, yeah, hard on both driver and passenger. Ellis and Clement looking for a way through. Now, one of the reasons this year, Cam, that qualifying was done based on pace was to try and avoid them having to overtake out on course, because it is hard in the sidecars.
It is, but there was Ellis and Clement up the inside in a Douglas Road corner.
Up through Stella Maris for the Crows, 20 seconds up the road, look, and in P2, it is Blackstock and Lawrence at the moment. Birchall and Rosney sitting third. Ben Birchall clicking down the gears, running over the curve on the left. Fascinating to watch the different riding styles, isn't it? Or driving styles, even with the sidecars, where some of them lift the inside wheel, some don't, all to do with the way that the chair has been designed.
That's right, Andrew. We see Ellis and Clement, the more experienced partners, giving Clark and Johnson a tow. They'll be teaching them as they're leading them. Now, part of the job of that passenger is to get over the back tyre to help get traction. And you can hear just the revs spiking as that back drive wheel bounces off the road.
Clark and Johnson, oh, look at that. That's what we're talking about in terms of whether they lift a wheel over the curve or not. It's all to do with the configuration of the engine, whether it's laying down like it is in the Birchall's machine. Crowe and Crowe, 32 seconds up the road at the bungalow. And now coming through Cronk-Namona towards Signpost. This is an incredible first lap. Up there, they will know they are miles out in front.
We knew they had the pace to win this race comfortably if they chose to do so. We thought they might hold back. We always talk about winning at the slowest possible pace, but if they're feeling good, you have to think maybe they're going to have a crack at the outright lap record.
Could be on. Can you look at that, bracing yourself across?
Lee Crawford, Scott Hardie, he may be a newcomer passenger to the TT, but you wouldn't think so. Look at that skill as they just brush cut the grass on the inside of the turn. Thank you very much.
On board with Ryan and Callum Crowe, well into lap 2 of this 2-lap encounter, the 3wheeling.media Sidecar TT Race 1.
And they are simply flying, heading towards the top of Bagarrow at speeds that no one has ever taken this course at in a 3-wheel machine before.
It's mad, isn't it, when you think the Birchall brothers only set the 120 lap in 2023 for the first time. They then went 120.6. And last year, of course, it was their first ever win too. With Blackstock and Lawrence off the throttle. That sounds sick. So Blackstock and Lawrence are going to drop out. What a shame for them.
Yeah, bottom of Bagarrow, and they are pulling up off the road, getting out of the way. That's
nicely done. They managed to clear it off the racing line. Fully lit, absolutely on it the Crows are as they come through towards Ramsey hairpin. Crowd waving the programmes from the side of the road, late on the brakes, get her turned in. You'll see here the passenger hanging super over the inside line, bit of wheel spin on the exit.
Yeah, it won't bother these boys that they've got over a minute in the lead. They are still charging on. They want more than just the TT win. They want a new course record.
Birchall and Rosney not able to match that pace out front, but still learning as a partnership together. And then Crawford and Hardie coming through now, sitting in P3. Brilliant job by them. Here we go. Watch the contrasting style here up at the bungalow. They don't cut over, just a little inch off the ground for the slick tyre on the inside of the chair. And now tucked in, that passenger. I spoke to the physios, Cam, down in the start grid area, and they were saying the people they deal with the most are the passengers. Strapping, padding, constantly helping them fix themselves after getting beaten up on these machines.
And you can see why. I think that's Lewis Blackstock and Oscar Lawrence are back out on course. Great news. But what have we got here? Allison Clement, they have been passed by newcomers Clark and Johnson. That is quite incredible.
So they've gone back past them, because they passed them on the first lap, and they've gone back the other way. Birchall and Rosney through bungalow now. And yeah, watch here, watch Rosney look, just tucked in as low as you can get for that slipstream effect.
Well, Ben Birchall is a current lap record holder. He won't want to lose this record, but he'll be oblivious to what's going on with these two brothers ahead of him.
Callum and Ryan Crowe. This part of the course is tight enough on a solo, but it's even tighter in a sidecar. Listen for the wheel spin as they peel out on the exit here. Leaning over to the inside line one more time as they come around the right-hander onto the start-finish straight. We'll keep an eye on the timing screens. What are they going to do? He reaches out and pats his brother on the back as they cross the start-finish line. Are they going to set a new lap record? It's a 121 miles an hour for the Crowe brothers as they take the win in Sidecar Race 1. Ben Birchall P2, it's Patrick Rosney, his passenger's first podium finish, along with both Lee Crawford and Scott Hardie. Fantastic results for them all.